are privileged today to have a sister, and I'm going to call her a sister because she's all about the community, baby, up in here, who is doing a few things that we want to introduce to you all so that you all can understand the opportunities that are available to you in your community, especially to the woman. Because right now the woman's everything is being pulled upon and trying to be stripped of. And this sister right here and her gang of sisters and folkses is trying to do everything they can to make an impact in a positive way for women in society. So she has a lot of puts in different organizations. The Daughter of Zion, she's associated with Black Wall Street. Oh, she got a lot going on up here. So let's find out exactly what she got going on. Without any further ado, welcome to the real Miss Rachel Johnson.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure, sister, to be there and to greet your audience and to share all the exciting things that we're doing here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it reaches out all across the country and the world.
Well, that's why we're excited. That's why we're excited to have you up in here, because this is going to be a global initiative, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why we're bringing it to you, our many different followers up in here from the many different parts of the earths that you are logging in and listening to us today. Okay, Miss Rachel, so we put out a little bit out there, so let's break down the different elements up in here. Tell them a little bit about the BlackWallStreet.org, ladies and gentlemen, and exactly what that organization task is.
Okay, BlackWallStreet.org is a fabulous organization, and it started as the initiative to return from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm not sure how many people in your audience are aware of the Holocaust that took place in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where it was one of the richest communities, period, not just black communities, but it was one of the richest communities in this country, where we had airlines and trains and our own doctors with everything we needed in order to function as a result of segregation. So we were functioning, and then it became apparent that the dollars that we were spending were coming from the other side of the track. At one time, a dollar circulated in the black community 100 times before it left. And as a result of that happening, our pink friends on the other side of the line started recognizing that the dollars were coming out of their communities and wasn't coming back. So then we had the situation of the immigrants coming and people returning from the war. And as they returned, they had no jobs because the black people who had been enslaved and had been doing all the work all along were the ones that were the skilled masons and the carpenters and the like. So thus was birthed what you call the union. The unions came about so that the immigrants and those non-native born in America could have opportunities, but instead of it making it an opportunity where they could participate, it was an opportunity to block us out. So then we no longer had opportunity for the big jobs and to bid on the government contracts and the like. So as a result of that energy in the atmosphere, the story goes that there was a young man who was downtown and he got on an elevator, and it was a young pink lady who was riding, she was operating the elevator. Stories go that they were friends. They knew each other because he would come there and, you know, they would see each other on the elevator. They were friends, nothing more than friends. Well, at one point, something went on, and the elevator was stopped, and when it opened, she fell into his arms or something, and then they said she screamed rape, and as a result, a mob went out to kill this young man. And then our community came out and said, we're not going to have that. So then this war broke out simply because of an interaction between two young people. No one said it was inappropriate or anything of that sort. However, they wanted to lynch, kill him, so it broke out. So for 24 hours, a massacre took place. From May 31st to June 1st, the Tulsa, Oklahoma bomb, not the Oklahoma bombing, but in Tulsa, Oklahoma, is where the pillaging and the raiding started. And we have a band from Tulsa called the GAP Band. And GAP is an acronym for Greenwood, Archer, and Pine. And they wrote the song, You Dropped a Bomb on Me. Well, that's what they were talking about. The first time a bomb was dropped in this country, it was dropped on a complete community in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to destroy everything. And even when it came to the military men that were black or melanated, whatever your choice is, they came out to stand to protect their property, and they were shot down with the uniform on. They did not care that they had just fought for the country and the freedom for all. They recognized one thing: this is a black man, and they killed him in his yard, and they raided the people's homes and took all of their wealth, and within 24 hours, they had murdered and surrounded the Tulsa, Oklahoma area where it took place at Greenwood, Archer, and Pine, which was known as Little Africa at the time, and is Black Wall Street. But as they were excavating that particular property, the people that were there were taking the bones of our ancestors and taking pictures and taking them with them as souvenirs.